against Terry Jenkins will be coming through the doors any moment now. What has Terry Jenkins got to do?
He's got to play the form that he had in the early part of the league, because Barneveld is on form. Barneveld wants this, and Terry's got to pull it out of the bag, otherwise I really can't see him doing it against the experienced Barneveld.
Okay, the crowd are ready. Our MC, John McDonald, will introduce the players in just a moment's time. But first, let's have a look at the form of a man who's, well, been a bit out of sorts of late with just one win in his last 5 Premier League matches.
Semi-finals of the Holston Premier League Darts, brought to you by the PDC, the Premiership of World Darts, and live here on Sky Sports, joining us for the very best in darts action. Well, markers on the board are Gary Wood and Keith Bisbee. Our referee is George Noble. The best of 21 legs. Time to meet the players. Firstly, would you please welcome from Ledbury, Herefordshire, it's the Raging Bull, Terry Jenkins.
Terry Jenkins, the man who finished 3rd in the league, and he'll be proud of his performances so far, but how proud would he be if he could beat the man who lost at this stage 12 months ago?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the reigning champion of the world! From Den Haag in the Netherlands, Raymond van Barneveld!
Remember, Raymond van Barneveld has never made a Premier League final. Lost at this stage 12 months ago to Roland Shelton, 11-3. Will he make amends tonight? Your commentators, Stuart Pike and John Gwynn.
Well, it all began 116 days ago on the south coast of England in Plymouth, February the 1st. And here, 56 matches later, the first of our semis with that man who kicked us off on that day against Adrian Lewis from Den Haag, The Hague in the Netherlands. Of course, the man who beat Phil Taylor to become world champion on New Year's Day, and how much he'd like to take this one, Stuart.
Absolutely. Terry Jenkins, though, what a debut season it's been for the man they call the Bull. to make the Premier League semi-finals, and you can feel the tension in the air here in Brighton. An air of anticipation, of excitement buzzing around the Brighton centre, and well, we're going to find out in just a moment who will get us underway, because live on the big stage they're going to throw for the ball and the privilege of starting this semi-final.
And when was the last time Barney threw for ball on Delhi? For the throw, it was against Taylor in that memorable World Final, and it was all on that final leg. Now they'll have another go, both in the 25, the semi-centre if you like.
All adds to the tension. First to 11 legs, so this could be vital.
Well, 25 for Teddy. This could go on for a while. Now, Barney has the right to have that dart left in or taken out. He's asked for it to be removed. The angle of the dart in the board intercepted his path to the ball, and though Barney's nearer, it doesn't matter. They're both in the green bit. Here we go again. It's like a penalty shootout before the match starts, this, Stuart.
Terrific tension. Now then, is that going to be the big slip-up? A wry smile on the face of Barneveld. Jenkins, would you believe it? This is great. We haven't even started the match. Fantastic drama.
First leg, Raymond to...
Well, Barney's was marginally closer. It does matter when it's outside of the ring. And so away we go. Semi-final and final night is always a big night, and a big, big man starting it off.
Well, that could be so important. There's no tie-break, the first to 11. So if we do get to 10 apiece, and what a match we will have seen if we get to that stage, Barneveld will have the advantage of throw in the deciding leg.
Yeah, I like it that way personally, but that's the way it'll be tonight, as an absolutely packed Brighton arena on the culmination of 15 nights of spectacular entertainment on the hockey.
Well, 3,000 fans inside the Brighton Centre. Over 40,000 have packed the Premier League venues up and down the UK over the last 3 months or so.
Yes, almost as cold outside, if not colder, than when we started in Plymouth on February the 1st, but rest assured, it's warm in here, folks, and it's gonna get hotter by the minute.
Well, so far, so good for Terry Jenkins, the underdog. No doubt there's nerves. There are nerves for Barneveld in this opening leg.
Well, that's 96 left. He'll look at treble 20 here to leave the double 8, and gets it, and really from here ought to take the first leg against the throw.
Well, we all know what happened 12 months ago when Barney simply went to pieces against Roland Sholton. What a start this would be for Jenkins. Double 4.
Well, he knows even so early in the contest how important this is. A break of throw for Jenkins right at the outset, and the ball may not have been closer on the ball, but he's hit the first double. There you see it. Jenkins, one up.
Should do wonders for the confidence. You just got the feeling in the interview that we saw before the semi-final that he was happy, just happy to be here. After all, for Jenkins, whatever happens, it's the biggest payday of his career. Guaranteed £30,000 for reaching this stage. And now he's up there, taking on one of the best in the business. Jenkins looks really comfortable.
Well, you mentioned, Stuart, how packed this arena, this Brighton Centre is, and just look at that. Absolutely magnificent to behold. Every single one of them, a huge darting fanatic. They like other sports as well, but they wouldn't miss their darts for anything. And that's why, because you get magic men like Terry Jenkins maximums for fun.
40.
Well, you wouldn't have believed this start from Jenkins. You wouldn't have believed the start from Barneveld either. The world champion really is struggling.
Well, it's too soon to start thinking of deja vu, and 12 months ago when, frankly, Sholton put in the best performance he's ever put in my opinion, in the years he's played on television. And when Sholton battered Barney, frankly, I can't see it being one-sided to quite the same extent, but it's 2-0 now for Jenkins. He's making light work of this, and Barney's got to get moving soon.
Absolutely. I guess we'll see what Barney is made of now.
140.
For me, it's as much about mental toughness as well for Barneveld. We saw it in abundance, didn't we, in the World Championship final when he came from 3 sets down against Taylor. But best of 21 legs. There's no doubt if he does make a bad start, he will start thinking about Sholton in the semi-final last year. But back-to-back 140s will do him the world of good.
This is the same length of game, of course, as when he played Phil Taylor in the quarter-final at Bolton in the UK Open almost 12 months ago, and he came from 11-7 down, I seem to recall, 10-7 down there to beat Taylor 11-10 in another remarkable finish. So you never write Barney off, that's for sure. And anyway, at 2-0, it's still very early days.
Well, a much better leg here for Barneveld. Possible 11-darter. Just the buzz around the Brighton Centre. The finals night here. Treble 20 would still be handy. He'll just leave it now.
60.
Tops when he comes back, and I think to settle the nerves as well.
I agree. He's 2-0 down. He's one drop of throw down, and he knows that if he's just patient, hold his throw, he'll get back in this match as sure as eggs are eggs. But he'll want to crack this first. Double 10, but Jenkins way back. Makes no difference. Barney's on the board.
Full flag, Terry to throw first.
Well, we've seen some terrific games between these two. Jenkins holding one victory over Barneveld in the final of an open tournament in Holland last year. 7 apiece it was in the Premier League earlier this year. Well, Barneveld had to average nearly 108 just to draw, and Barney won the second of the league matches, 8-5.
Well, that 7-all was a fantastic game. One of the 56 matches we've had in the league, one of the top 3. That Barney, was it 107.3 and Jenkins 102.7. I remember saying in that game, it's a pity there has to be a loser, but of course there wasn't. It was, as you say, 7 apiece. That was in Newcastle back on February the 22nd.
First to 11 to play either Phil Taylor or Dennis Priestley in the 2007 Holston Premier League final.
Yeah, that'll be a cracking semi, Stuart. Dennis Priestley finishing 4th in the end, but he got off to a blistering start in this competition, and it stood him in good stead when it really mattered at the business end. But I think he'll be up for this tonight, and Phil Taylor certainly won't have it easy, but he knows that. In the same way that Barney said here, he's got to focus on this game before thinking of any other.
Well, the Barney Army beginning to find their voice inside the Brighton Centre. Plenty of fans here, the world champion.
140.
But it's the Bull who's 100 ahead and going for double 19 here. Just needs to lift it by about a quarter of an inch, and now that's not easy. Now, as it turns out, it leaves him on 32. But this is a sort of checkout that Barney is quite capable of.
Treble 18, double 12, this would be brilliant! Barneveld, he is, wow, in this semi-final now. Fantastic throwing from the world champion, a sluggish start. That was just sensational.
Indeed, said he was capable of it, and there it was. And it was interesting earlier, he was practicing on that treble 18. Like Billy O in the practice room when I arrived, it was treble 18, treble 18s, treble 18s, hammering away at it, and didn't it just pay off there? I thought he might have got another treble 20 double 9, but he's been practicing away at that treble 18, and it's certainly worked wonders for him. Terrific outshot, 138, and there's a man who's on this commentary, in a sense, our spotter Keith Deller, to whom that will bring back memories, I'll tell you. 24 years ago, I know, but he hasn't forgotten that 138 that won him the world title.
Well, Terry Jenkins
26.
will not be at all pleased with that, but Barney only 340 before.
Stuart, I can't understand why Terry, in all fairness, Barney was on 138, he's got his first maximum, now the man from the Netherlands is motoring, but I cannot understand why Terry Jenkins, with 3 darts in his hand, decided to go for double 19. It's his decision. If he gets it, it's a good dart, but the fact is you put yourself under pressure. And I still think 6 double 16 is the way to go when you've got those darts in your hand. With 1 dart, fair enough. But, and he may well rue it himself when he looks back.
100. Raymond, you require 116.
Well, Barneveld has got 6 darts for the lead. Well, may only need 3. 138 to win the last leg.
80.
Yes, another 3-figure finish, not out of the question. He'll be back for 36. Got to hold himself together now, Jenkins. 2 legs up, now 2 all, and Barney throwing for the lead for the first time in the match. Nice marker, doesn't have to move an inch, and that dart, perfectly measured against the first, means that Barneveld, 2-0 down, now goes for a break, 3-2 ahead.
Finals night at the Brighton Centre, over 3,000 people packed in. Barney was 2 down, he's edged ahead against Terry Jenkins. The winner, of course, will take on Taylor or Priestley.
Yes, that game coming up, and this one resuming very shortly. There you have it. Barneveld sit 180 tonight in the leg he's just won, and in the tournament, 68 maximums, as against 39 from Terry Jenkins, who's also had 1 tonight. And Barney's been magnificent throughout this tournament, and the maximum table really does speak for itself there, Stuart, as we might yet see one from Jenkins here, not to be.
137.
Yeah, still terrific shooting from Terry Jenkins. No one has thrown more maximums than Raymond van Barneveld, and as far as the doubles go, that's pretty good from Barney.
Yeah, 3 out of 7. Jenkins 2 out of 9. 2 out of 7. They both had the same number of darts at the double. Barney's obviously had the 1 more hit.
140.
Well, there'll be a lot of top dart stars
40.
Up and down the country, glued to Sky Sports. A lot of them hoping and wishing that they're going to be in the Premier League in 2008. The race, of course, already on, with the likes of Andy Hamilton and James Wade maybe looking handily placed. Every top darts player's dream to take part in this event.
Just a matter of interest, that 138 checkout we saw from Barney, quite brilliant, after Jenkins had 3 darts at double 19, was his 100th winning leg in Premier League this year.
81.
He's now won 101 in all. Jenkins, incidentally, has won 88 so far. He would love to make that
60. Terry Unicorn, 101.
another 19, 107. He goes first to 11, isn't it? He'd love to make that 97, Stuart, and go through to the final.
Well, no pressure on Jenkins here. Lost the last 3 legs, Terry Jenkins. But this has been fairly ordinary fare from Barneveld.
Something unsettling, Barney, away to the right of the board.
100.
And something he's brought to the referee's attention, Georgie Noble. So tops here for Jenkins for 3 apiece. Well, Barney's sitting on 146. He couldn't afford to miss again. He knows what Barneveld can do. 3 legs all. And parity. Now, Barney is most concerned here about comments, antics, behaviour, whatever, of one or more people to his right. Evident that something has disturbed him.
60.
Well, he's lost his concentration. He produced that 3-leg spurt, and whatever it is that's distracted Barneveld off stage, it has affected his concentration. First to 11 legs. Well, Barney's still odds on with the bookmakers. And they're pretty generous odds, I'd say, for Terry Jenkins.
Well, they are in a 2-horse race. There's no draw tonight, of course. Normally the odds are influenced by the fact that the players could draw 7 apiece, but no such thing tonight. And when you look at the score and you look at the stats and you see the way they're playing, Stuart, at the moment they're extremely evenly matched.
Yeah, a real struggle for Raymond van Barneveld. In the semi-finals against Scholten, he described that performance as his worst in his time at the PDC, switched 16 months ago. 11-3, he lost to Roland Scholten. This is a little bit better, but you've got to say at the moment for Barneveld, not much.
Well, his average is 90, and that's not Barneveld-esque, is it? And Terry Jenkins, frankly, needs to up his ante from 85 as it stands now, if he's really going to have serious hopes of beating Barney, even though he's not at his brilliant best. Now then, he wants double 16 here for another brilliant effort. Unlucky, and he knows he'll be back. That's the thing, Stuart, about somebody like Barneveld, is he can throw moderately well coming down, and then suddenly, as he did with the 138, pick out the big finish, and that really does take his opponent unawares almost.
Well, it's the little finish that's important there for Raymond van Barneveld. Far from his best, but leading now by 4 legs to 3. And you know, Jenkins must sense, as you pointed out, John, if he ups his game, he has a real chance here, because Barneveld is struggling.
Well, we've said, haven't we, that to beat the likes of Barney and Taylor, when they're really, really not at their best, you've got to be averaging round about 92, 94, 95 to be in with a shout. And if Jenkins had been up there, as he has been in this Premier League on a number of occasions, he averaged 93 against Barney in Cardiff, 102.5 against him in Newcastle. If he could repeat either of those performances, he'd be ahead.
100.
Lovely last start from Terry Jenkins. There you see it, just the 1 maximum apiece. And
100.
Barneveld, those numbers certainly won't stack up for him. They are poor.
The thing is, there's 17 3-figure scores apiece, exactly the same, 17. And of course, one of them includes Barneveld's 138 checkout. Actually, that only goes in the ton pluses column. It's too short of a 140. It's the best one he's hit so far.
Well, 94 for Jenkins. Treble 20 would leave double 8, of course.
54.
Barneveld's average 88.5, Jenkins' average 85.
Well, only 2 points separated these two in the league. Barneveld finishing with 17 points, Terry Jenkins 2 behind him on 15. And an indication there of really, there wasn't that much between them over the 14 weeks. And
30.
Jenkins again. Let's Barneveld in. Well, the last time he gave him half a chance, he took it. This is more than half a chance. This is a genuine chance. Tops he wants. Oh, well, Stuart, I don't believe that. I honestly assumed that it would be topped, and he missed big 20.
He went in single one. Jenkins doesn't miss this time. Well, Raymond van Barneveld has real problems. There's no rhythm, there's no consistency, there just doesn't seem to be any sparkle either.
100.
But that was quite incredible, John.
Yes. I called tops, assuming that the next start was destined for the big 20, and it didn't go in. So you can never assume anything, can you? Then treble 20. Treble 20.
140.
But at least this year, this semi-final, Barneveld is still very much
123.
the battle. 12 months ago against Shelton, by this stage he was way out of it, but I can't remember seeing Barneveld throw
81.
so many loose, so many poor darts.
Well, he's as flat as a Dutch mountain range tonight, Stuart. Just the odd high peak of a 138 finish and a 180 score, but that apart, you know, Jenkins really should have stepped in. Barney averaging 89, but Jenkins, sadly for him, only 83.6, and that's one of his worst in the whole 14-15 weeks. Indeed, that goes for both players. Maybe nerves tonight, big night, bigger than all the others.
60.
Well, Barneveld will have 6 darts from here to reclaim the lead. Needs the treble. It just ain't happening for the world champion.
But he still should win this leg and stay ahead with throw. At the moment, just one break apiece. Terry Jenkins took the first leg against the throw, and in the fourth leg, Barneveld broke back quite spectacularly. But apart from a 180 since then, he hasn't sparkled at all, and he's not sparkling here. Oh, what a chance for Jenkins to once again go ahead against the throw, double 18.
All set up by a brilliant 140 that put the pressure on, middle of the bed. And the world champion has a lot to think about. Jenkins back in front, race to 11 and throwing for a 6-4 lead.
Well, if Jenkins had that leg on his mind when he missed 3 double 19s and Barney stepped in, then he can forget it now, because that's levelled it up on those particular stakes. Barney had 3 darts at a double, should have won the leg. Jenkins stepped in. Tension in the arm, you sense, the arm coming through, and sometimes not quite releasing the dart at the same time. Isn't it great to see Andy here? What a cheer for Andy Fordham. Great to see him here. He's not been well, Andy, but he doesn't look so bad there. And, well, a wonderful, wonderful darts player himself. Great ambassador for the sport. And nice to see him here in Brighton tonight.
44.
Absolutely. Well, Barneveld has got a chance here to break straight back. Jenkins taking advantage of another dreadful Barneveld leg. But then again, just 60 from Barneveld. 88 average against 84 from Jenkins.
I get the impression with Jenkins, he's just pushing that odd dart through a little bit, with a little bit more impetus than perhaps a little bit more weight than perhaps he ought. And that sometimes can happen with tension.
This would be unbelievable.
That's the one I mean, Stuart. That's the one I mean. Rectifies it afterwards. But Barney will be back here for 66, clickety-click for 5 apiece.
82.
Needs it as well.
Requires 66.
Big darts for Barneveld. Double 18. One dart and another one missed. 4 out of 13 on the doubles for Barneveld.
Chance of the break back gone as Jenkins looks now at double 18. Got it last leg in one dart. Surely we'll get it with this. For 6-4 at the break. No danger. It was a great marker. And Jenkins goes into our second break. 6-4 ahead. He won that session 4-1.
Well, there he is, the undefeated Premier League champion, going for a hat-trick tonight. Phil Taylor coming up against Dennis Priestley. But who will Taylor be facing? Raymond van Barneveld is in big trouble against Terry Jenkins. Taylor against Priestley to come, of course. And now we'll see exactly what Barney is made of in a pressure situation. Blobbed out in his semi-final of the Premier League against Shulton 12 months ago. In danger of doing the same here.
Yeah, the difference there, of course, was that he was playing a man who was on fire. Tonight he's playing a man who isn't, who's winning with an 84.38 average, and that's the reason why. Far too much waywardness from the Dutchman. Now the odds have changed a little. Still favourite Barneveld, and that's because this is best of 21, first to 11. Still some way to go. But the fact is that Jenkins is over halfway there. Although this session, Barney throws first in 3 of the legs and should be able to therefore pull at least one back, you would think. Not always as straightforward as that, though.
Well, the 9th leg of this semi-final, absolutely crucial when Barneveld missed 3 darts and double 10. He also missed a dart in the 10th leg, didn't he?
Yes, yes, he did.
134.
But I maintain the 9th leg only equalised the 4th. It sort of cancelled that one out when the boot was on the other foot as Jenkins looks at his second maximum. But a ton 40 will do him. He's on a 3-dart finish. He may have to hit it. Barney gets a treble 20 here. Well, the 140s not flowing as readily as they can do. Hey, 138, Stuart. Is he going to put a 137 away? The way he's throwing at the moment, perhaps not. But even the 138 came out of the blue, didn't it?
30.
Well, he needs it. Yes. Treble 19. Would have left double 10, and this is for a double break now for Jenkins. A 7-4 lead against the world champion. 2 8s for Terry Jenkins. Big dart.
Oh, big dart, yeah, that's another break for Jenkins. And now it's beginning to look really, really sad for Barneveld. 7-4, Jenkins throwing first. Barney is now in big, big trouble. And for the first time in this match, Stuart, I reckon Jenkins has to be the favourite. Surely now, he's got to be favourite to win this. We saw Barney's odds going out to 8 to 11 from 1 to 4, and Jenkins was even money. I'll tell you what, that even money, I'd snap it now if it was available, and I don't think it will be.
Well, it's just puzzling, isn't it, the form of Barneveld. Again, Shulton in Plymouth. Shulton, yes, was terrific. Barneveld was very, very ordinary. And here we are again. We're both sat here shaking our heads in disbelief at the performance of Raymond van Barneveld.
59.
There you are. In fact, Jenkins 4-9 now. He's got the throw here. Could make it 8-4. And we've got to see a comeback similar to that which we saw a couple of years ago in the semi-final when Taylor played Shulton.
Yeah, first to 13 in that first ever Premier League. Shulton 11-7 up. Taylor won 6 on the spin. Treble 17 for Barneveld. Double 16. This would be a massive confidence boost.
111.
Yes, he'll be back for double 16 and an immediate break back. Barney almost hit a 12-darter there, and that's the thing about these players. He may not be at his best, but can still produce a magnificent leg of darts like this. He's got to get it now, though, and things are starting to get a little uneasy again. But you can see there, he had the right angle, he had the right range, he had the right line, and he's broken back at least one of those legs that he needed to.
Well, the darts may not be dazzling from Barney or Jenkins, but boy, does it all add to the tension.
Well, they often say, don't they, that semi-finals and in any sport never quite sometimes produce the magic that you might normally expect from those involved. And I think this is a perfect example. That's a semi-final and has a tasty look about it. They have, over the history of the game, particularly through the 90s, played some of the best darts matches you will ever see. Jenkins, another 180. Is he going to break back again straight away and open up another 3-leg advantage? Could be, could be.
Well, when Barneveld missed the treble with his second dart, then there was a shake of the head and a look of bewilderment, and it was as if he was resigned to the fact that it just isn't happening for him tonight. It was a significant moment for him because that little shake of the head, a telltale sign. We shall see.
Yeah. Even the facial expression there tells you that there was disappointment. He would have expected another treble 20 at his best. Now then, treble 18 for the bull. Bullseye, he'll go for it. He's called the bull, and he almost hits the bull. That would have given him an 8-5 advantage. And now, Jenkins can honestly expect to come back, especially after that.
Well, another break of throw on the cards. Jenkins to go within 3 legs of a famous victory. Double 12. Middle of the bed, great dart under enormous pressure. He can't believe it. A little lick up to the screen for Terry Jenkins just to confirm what we know. He knows he's 3 away, 8-5.
And this is where the relative, and I emphasise relative inexperience of Terry Jenkins, could come to the fore. It is a big leg for Barney. He's got to break back. He gets his second 180. Normally in a contest of this stature, by the 13th leg, by the 14th leg, you'd expect Barney to have hit 4 or 5 180s at least. But Jenkins still 60 ahead, 8-5 ahead. If he can make it 9-5 here, and he's every chance. He's inching closer, but that's when the muscles can tense up and the arm starts to stiffen. He's got to just keep throwing in a nice, relaxed manner, Stuart, if he's going to cause a real upset.
And it would be a real upset. Barneveld has left his A game back in Holland. Jenkins has won 5 out of the last 6 legs from when Barney was 4-3 in front.
That's right. And when Barney hit that 138 in the 4th leg and then followed up with a 180 in the 5th, I thought, now he's motoring. In fact, I said so at the time. They went off for the break, and he throws like that apart. He's never been at his best as Jenkins looks at tops, and it doesn't matter what Barney does. If Jenkins takes out this double 10, he'll be 9-5 ahead, and he wasn't equal to it. Now that 1-7-1 from Barney has given him a real chance here, and he deserves it.
Double 9, pivotal moment of this semi-final, a mile away. What an important dart! Barney has blown it again, big time.
Barney Rubble, he's in trouble. Jenkins for double 5. 1.25 inches. That's the adjustment. That's only an inch. But that's 2.25 inches, and now it's Barney back again. They don't talk in inches in Holland. So, right on the green bit for Barney. I would say about 4 centimetres. Barney now he's got to get one for double 4. Can't believe this. Jenkins has got another chance to go 9-5 ahead. A slider over the top, it's there! A slider right over the top of that one. That was a wonderful dart to measure his last one against. He knew exactly the weight required. It just nudged the previous dart. 9-5, Barney. Well, Stuart, he's not only going to win his legs, he's now got to throw his brilliant, brilliant best if he's going to make the final.
And all about the ifs and buts, the coulds and shoulds. Even playing this badly, Barney knows that it could easily have been 9-5 the other way, but Jenkins, in the pressure situations, has been the man who has taken the doubles. Barney, for me, has looked nervous and edgy from before the match even started, when they were throwing for the ball.
Well, maybe it's more than a haircut he went for, although he's got 180 again. You see in that last leg he hit a 180, he hit a 171, but he couldn't finish. He's hit his 3rd 180, and he should be first to the double here, all right. But will he finish? That's the question.
Well, the missed doubles are stacking up for Barneveld. 5 successes from 24 attempts. That's the reason why the world champion at the moment could be on the end of a huge upset. Double 8. This time, Barneveld makes no mistake. Will it be too little, too late for the world champion? Don't go anywhere. The answer will be coming up at the Brighton Centre shortly. Jenkins leads 9-6.
Well, there you have him. Is that the man who's going to menace Phil Taylor in the way that Terry Jenkins at the moment is menacing Raymond van Barneveld? There it is, 9-6 to Jenkins, 2 more needed, and coming up after that, Stuart Pike, Taylor Priestley could be a cracker.
Well, are we going to have a thrilling finale to this semi-final? Is Raymond van Barneveld going to find the magic touch, become the man with the golden arm, the golden tungsten arm, to come back from 9-6 down?
3-1 against now, Barneveld, and the way he's throwing, you wouldn't really want to take that. If you felt that Barney could put together his best game, you might still be tempted. But Jenkins will quietly have said to himself, in this session, 6 legs, I've got 3 of the legs with throw. if I can win 2 of those 3, I am in my second final on telly. Remember, he played in the World Grand Prix final in Dublin last October and gave Phil Taylor a fright there before going down by 7 sets to 4. He could be on his way to a second final in 7 months.
Needs all 3 here. Needed all 3. Gets all 3. Now then, this could be very, very interesting. A huge leg of darts this for both players.
Yeah, magnificent 180, not just in its own right, but the fact that it put Barney within striking distance of breaking back, and that's what he has to do immediately to put himself back in the contest and to put a little bit of pressure on Jenkins. And in fact, you could say here that Barney's got to take it out, and he needed the treble in order to do so. And now we'll watch Jenkins go 10-6 ahead if he takes out 64 at 54.
Thompson is then to go within 1 leg of the final.
After that dart went so far away, one perfect adjustment, heartache for Barney, and 1 more leg for Jenkins, and heartache will become heartbreak, but he's in another 180, his 5th and his 4th in as many legs, but he's still on the verge of a second semi-final defeat in the Premier League in consecutive years.
Well, this will be a huge upset. Jenkins needs just 1 more leg for the biggest win of his career. Barney's got to win 5 straight, and the way he's been throwing, you just cannot see that happening.
Well, yeah, early doors you talked about that which can be earned, and Jenkins already the biggest purse he's ever won. If he wins this game, he'll be guaranteed £40,000, even as runner-up, and he won't be thinking in those terms. He'll be thinking of going on to win it, having beaten Barney, although he's not yet beaten him. Let's emphasise that. We can't write Barney off because he's not a world champion for nothing, and we've seen so many times in the past where he's turned adversity around.
You've got to say, though, it's puzzling. It really is. A strange darting conundrum, the form of Raymond van Barneveld here in Brighton. 16 for double thereof.
And thereof it is, therein it is, and therefore the score is 10-7. But that was with Barney's throw. Now then, Barney has to win, quite simply, every remaining leg, all 4 in order to win. But remember, he came back from a situation like this in the UK Open quarter-final against Phil Taylor of all people, and ended up beating him in the end 11-10. And that's why you've got to say, never write great players off.
It would be some comeback, that's for sure, from 10-6 down, but maybe a chance. Lovely dart, going to stay there surely. Now then, he really does have a chance in this 18th leg. The nerves will be jangling for Terry Jenkins.
You're right, you're absolutely right, Stuart. Barney will be the more relaxed of the 2 now, because effectively for him the game is gone. He will just throw his darts, and you saw those 2 lovely treble 19s. He'll be the more relaxed, rest assured on that. Terry Jenkins ought to win this game, but he knows often that last final leg that you need can be the one that's most elusive. Speak for yourself, Johnny Gwynn, says Terry Jenkins. Elusive? I only won 92 for the match.
What a time for Jenkins to nail a maximum. And here he is, stepping up to the hockey for the biggest win of his darting career. Well, he'll leave Barneveld with a chance here. Which way will he go? Treble 20 or 19s? Yes, single 19. Oh, would you believe that? A single 19 would have left double 16. Well, that's the way it's gone for Barney.
Well, you got to say, Stuart, a treble would have burst his score, and he was far too close for the treble. And now Jenkins, wonderful marker. This is it. Surely no. Double 10 for the match. His heart will be pounding, and it will pound for a little longer yet. Match point. 2 match points. Barney can't believe he's still in this match. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. 3 darts Jenkins has had for the match. Double 8 for Barney to stay in the semi.
24.
Unbelievable. Here comes Jenkins again.
Here comes Jenkins again. Looking cool, but surely not. Comes down surely half an inch. Oh, too far, too far, too far. And Barneveld will still be in this contest, and maybe from here will even go on to win it. Who knows?
5 darts. Jenkins has missed for the match. His head was in his hands. He's shaking his head in disbelief. It's 10-8. Can Barneveld get back into the semi-final? Absolutely astonishing. And I'll tell you what, John, 3 words: pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I don't know how many letters that is, but you won't get that on countdown, as he's looking to count down here now towards 5-hole 1 again. But I tell you what, Stuart, Jenkins surely knows that that was his big chance, and he's blown it. Can he hold himself together? This reminds me very much of the game when John Part was so far ahead against Phil Taylor at Bolton a couple of years ago, and the nearer that Taylor clawed his way back to parity, the more that John Part threw waywardly.
Part led 7-1 in that match. Yeah. Taylor won 11-10. Here, Jenkins led 10-6. He's had 5 darts to beat the world champion.
21.
Now, all of a sudden, Barneveld may just start believing he can pull off the great escape.
Yeah, Barney was lying down in the coffin. The last nail was about to be hammered in, and the hatch opened, and up he got. And here he is, as alive as he has been for some time. Double 18 now for 10-9. No problem, no problem. 3 legs in a row. The crowd are going wild. They're so partisan. There's Jenkins fans and Barney fans, both with their hearts in their mouths. But Jenkins knows that this could be the leg again. What a time to hit your 4th 180. His last chance on his own throat to put this game to bed. And he starts with his 4th 180. That's character, and that's character as well, with Barney coming back with a 140.
This is just terrific. Absolutely fantastic stuff. 180 followed by 140. Now, can Barneveld respond again? Has to get 140. Must get a ton.
60.
Now then, it's advantage Jenkins again for a place in the final.
This is one of the best legs he's thrown in his life. One of the best he's thrown in his life. 180, 140, 105. That leaves him on 76. Jenkins knows now that he can be 2 darts away from a place, but Barney will make sure that he can't afford to miss. 180 for Barney is 6, 76 for Jenkins.
Tops for a place in the final. Oh, it's 6 darts he's missed for the match. He has now missed 6 darts to beat Barneveld.
Well, Stuart, it's not always the darts that hit that make this game so exciting. It's the ones that miss as well. Now, surely this time, the man from Ledbury in Herefordshire, the quietly spoken, likeable Terry Jenkins, wants double 5 for a place in the final. 3 more match points. very much still in the contest, and if he wins this leg, he goes first in the next leg.
Double 16. Oh, off to a decider. We are off to a decider. Barney has won 4 legs on the spin. Terry Jenkins, has he thrown this semi-final away? He's missed 9 darts. Look at his face. Just look at his face. It's etched with tungsten tension.
I think there's almost tears in his eyes, and I can well understand why, but what a chance. Only 44 from Barneveld opens the door for Jenkins one more time, but Stewart, he kicks off with a 180, he follows it up with a 140, and yet again the doubles let him down.
60.
What a contest.
Well, we've seen 6 poor darts from Barneveld, but he's still in this deciding leg.
Yeah, brilliant first dart from Barney. Can't follow it up though.
125.
Well, John, I'm shaking with tension in the commentary box.
100.
And I'm trying to chill out as well, but tell you what, it hasn't been a classic. 90 for Barney, 86 for Jenkins, but it's been a thriller. Oh, it's been a thriller, all right.
105.
And still is.
Barney's left himself on a finish. Now, what can Jenkins do? Fantastic darts. So 167, and Barney has to go for this. Jenkins is going to get another chance. He's missed 9 darts.
130.
He has to get this, you feel.
Oh, he's got to get it. He won't get it. He won't come back, I'm sure, if he doesn't get this. No, it's gone. It's gone. He knows it. He knows it. And he's blown his chance. And I honestly don't think that Barney will miss this, Stuart. He's been let off the hook.
Double 9 for the match. Last dart. I do not believe it.
Well,
72.
It's been a tale of missed doubles, this. But there may just be one more hit. This for the match. How many times have we said that?
52.
10 match points.
Barneveld was 10-6 down. Jenkins has had 10 darts to win. Barneveld needs 1. Double 4 for a place in the final, and he's missed again.
Well, that's what it's all about. You gotta get the doubles. And Terry Jenkins, if Terry Jenkins hits one more, he goes through, and Barneveld reckons that he will. He's put his darts away, and that is why Terry Jenkins at long last, his 11th dart to win the match, and in the end he does it. What a fantastic semi-final. It was all Jenkins. Barney bit back thanks to Jenkins missing doubles, but Jenkins goes through 11-10.
It's the dart at one stage we never thought we'd see. That double 10 eventually going in. It means victory for Terry Jenkins, defeat for Raymond van Barneveld, and a place in the final for for the bull. Who will he play? Will it be Phil Taylor, or will Dennis Priestley cause another upset in Brighton tonight? Well, both players with me. First of all, you, Terry, the biggest win of your career, without doubt. £40,000 guaranteed now.
That's right. It's definitely a big win, but it's very hard to play tonight. Everybody was expecting Raymond to win, and I'm not just playing against Raymond, I'm playing against a lot of other things as well, and it's very difficult then. I was just trying too hard at the end. What
was running through your mind when you were missing match point after match point? You got it on your 11th match point.
That's right. I had a couple of legs in the bag, really, and the doubles just weren't going in. I've been hitting them so well at the weekend. I've been taking out big shots, practicing, and it just wasn't going in there. I wasn't far away. It was on the wire. But, yeah, it was frustrating. It was getting frustrating. I thought I'd thrown it away, to be honest.
Raymond, the sparkle just wasn't there for you tonight.
I'm really happy, actually, because if I perform like this against Phil or Dennis, they stuff me. So. No, it was one of the worst games I ever played. Not one leg happens 11 darts or 12 darts, not one single leg. So yeah, then at the end they got 6 darts. You know how it works, but he already had to make it win on his side. So oh. Then again, we'll be back on the...
Was it just one of those nights when things just weren't going wrong, or is it more than that?
I can't tell you, really. I was practicing really well. You can ask my manager. Every single shot on a double, everything went in with 1 dart. And on the stage, nothing went in. I got a couple of times when Terry let me in. I got 5 or 6 darts. And then at the end, you feel the tension, of course, and it's 10-all. Yeah, and he got 3 darts at double 18. He missed 1 dart at the top, and then a lot of pressure on your shoulder. You miss your favourite double, and then 3 another darts, and he hit a big 9, so he went out on double 10. So fair play.
To many of our viewers, you were pretty much unknown as a darts player when you made it through into this Premier League. But boy, oh boy, have you made your mark this year?
Yeah, I'm really chuffed, to be honest. And I was happy to get into the top 4, and I thought, well, just throw caution to the wind and just see how I can do in the last 4. I know I can play a lot better than that, but I struggled through and I got there in the end, so I'm really happy.
Can you win this?
You never know. You never know. I've had Taylor on the ropes before, so I might have him on the ropes and do him this time. You never know.
Or even Dennis. You never know. You've just caused an upset.
Yeah, Dennis. I forgot about Dennis. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis.
It's a good way of winding him up before you potentially play him, that's for sure.
Dennis has beat Phil a few times, so yeah, he's capable of beating him again. Yeah.
And you will make this final one day, won't you? Last 2 years, Shelton in the semi-final last year. Yeah. This man this time around, it's tough getting through.
Well, you know, you have to play Terry. You have to go all the way. But 11-10, sometimes it puts a lot of energy out your body. The traveling every single week. We just came back from America, from Connecticut. I think Terry is still tired as well. So you could see it, and the way we were playing. I don't know about the averages, but I don't know that really well. So you see that traveling every single week, and it's hard. It's hard for us.
Well, Barney, we'll see you again, UK Open, where you're defending your crown. Best of luck with that. Terry, we'll see you in the final. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Jenkins and Raymond van Barneveld. Who will play Terry Jenkins in that final? Coming next, Dennis Priestley against Phil, the Power Taylor.
If you don't beat Dennis, you're not in the final. So forget about the final. Just get on with the man in front of you. And that's another little secret. Forget about your winning speeches and forget about your checks and everything else. Beat the man in front of you. That's all you got to do.
It's going to be my turn one of these days, so let's hope it's tonight. Well, it's going to be tonight.